Hey everyone, sorry it's been such a long time. Joshua, American Otaku Inc. And I am back, suffice it to say, and married. My beautiful wife Lauren, our new son Wyatt, and in the peanut gallery is Caden.
Naive.
Yeah, that just happened. Alright, yeah. So, at any rate, tonight we are doing a special video because Lauren feels like the odd person out in the family because she has never, I repeat, never seen a single Marvel movie ever.
That's not true. I saw Thor.
Alright, Thor Ragnarok. That's the first one she's ever saw. Thor Ragnarok.
I saw Iron Man.
Which one?
The one with Pepper. Pepper.
And so it
Pepper is
begins.
his friend.
So, let's just start down the list this time. Because, bear in mind, on the way home tonight, she was trying to differentiate between DC and Marvel and which characters are in which universe.
He was no help. He wouldn't just answer my questions.
So, let's start DC side. So, begin.
Alright, DC. You said Batman's DC, right?
Yes.
And Superman.
Yes.
And Spider-Man. No, you said Spider-Man's not a DC. Spider-Man is a Marvel.
Yes. Continue.
And he said the Suicide Girl is not a Marvel?
Alright, the Suicide Girls.
The Harley Girl.
Hold on. The Suicide Girls are models in this actual world. The Suicide...
Oh, those are just your naked ladies on Instagram. Gotcha. What? I'm just asking.
Alright. The Suicide Squad is a team in DC. Okay?
Yeah?
So, continue.
Alright. So, Thor. He's a Marvel?
Yes.
Good, I got one.
Yeah, one.
Green Lantern's a DC.
Yes, but only because I've told you 3 times in the car on the way here.
I'm just making sure I got them right. And Flash is a Marvel.
No. Flash is DC.
Deadpool's a DC?
No, Deadpool's Marvel. You got it right in the car.
But I don't remember. You were confusing me. You were not telling me yes and no very good. You just said, stop talking while you're ahead. Alright, and Catwoman. It's Marvel.
No. DC.
Oh, shit.
Opposite of flying.
Alright, Hulk. Hulk's a DC?
No. Hulk is Marvel.
But Hulk is one of the old ones, too. So, here's how it is, okay? The old superheroes, like the retirees, are DC. And the new ones that they make all the movies about must be the Marvels. But then in the car, they tell me, and then there's the Avengers. So, there's not just Marvel and DC. Then there's the Avengers. This is so confusing. And then apparently in America, or in Japan, that these people are not called animes. I thought they were called animes, because isn't that just a Japanese word for your comic people? Right? And Godzilla doesn't speak Japanese, but apparently he's not in a comic book either.
Alright. I think at this point I should probably preface, now has officially begun the drinking game, where every time she says something absolutely hilarious to us nerds, a shot or a beer should be drank.
I really want a beer. It's been like 10 months.
Oh, too bad.
So continue.
All right, give me a comic character.
Slade.
Slade. I've never heard of a Slade.
I went into a 10-minute tirade about the difference between Wade Wilson and Slade Wilson less than a week and a half.
Slade, that's your girl from Deadpool, but in the other one. So like,
That's the opposite of girl.
he said the opposite of Deadpool, but she was in another
Yes, you
show.
got it right. It's opposite of Deadpool.
So she's in Marvel and he's in DC, or he's in
They're
Marvel
both
and
boys.
she's in DC.
All right.
Slade is not a boy.
All right.
named
To
Karen.
retcon this.
What's a retcon?
Your mama.
All right. That aside, moving on. All right.
See, I'm getting absolutely nowhere here. I'm trying to bond with my husband and my son and get on their level.
All right.
And apparently,
Hold on.
a Star War is not a fucking Marvel or Avenger or a DC either. So now I'm just over here like, who's Skywalker and why is he a superhero, but he's not in the superhero packs?
All right. First, Star Wars aside. All right. Wade Wilson, a.k.a. Deadpool,
Yeah, because he is hot as shit. in the
is Marvel.
movie. Okay.
Slade Wilson, otherwise known as Deathstroke,
Is his girlfriend.
is a man who is DC.
Gotcha.
All right?
But they're supposed to be like the same people, they're just in different shows? Or books?
They're in different universes. Basically, Marvel, from what I understand, Marvel came up with Deadpool just to mess around with DC Comics, and all they did was change the first letter of Slade Wilson's name.
My
Well,
boobs
the, well, the,
leaking.
well, the first two
My
letters.
boobs leaking.
Again, I'm sorry, but this needed to be recorded for
Whatever.
posterity. So I hope you're thoroughly enjoying this, because Lord knows we are.
Alright, now just give me a
Including
comic
me.
book character.
All right,
and I wanna
now,
guess
now
it.
I will say this though: if Deadpool or Wade was going to hook up with a like-minded person from DC Comics, it would be Slade's daughter, Rose Wilson, because they're practically alike.
So their worlds can collide, but DC and Marvel can't collide, and the Avengers can't collide, and your animes can't collide.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
my
really
girlfriend
confused.
Rose.
See, this is why none of this is working. Nobody's telling me if Batman
Mom.
or Superman or Spider-Man, which team
hold
they
on.
belong to.
All right, let's just simplify this. Justice League is which universe, DC or Marvel?
There's a Justice League too.
Great.
I'm asking a serious.
I'm asking, is
question.
Justice League DC or Marvel?
It's in one of them,
Yes.
so they have like brotherhoods inside their brotherhood.
No.
Are there girls in their brotherhood?
Just answer the question: is Justice
They're
League DC?
in Marvel.
No.
Opposite.
Justice League is DC. Now, Avengers is Marvel or DC.
All right, so in
What is
Justice
Cyborg
League
in?
and Avengers, can y'all give me a person and let me figure
Oh,
out where
Cyborg.
they belong? to?
Kaden,
Cyborg.
stop. Kaden.
Cyborg? I thought that was on Star Trek.
Oh my god.
Isn't it because they have that like little glasses that go across their eyes, like a Ray-Ban headband for their eyes?
That's Geordie LaForge, the chief engineer of the Star Trek ship Enterprise.
Why don't we
You're
get
thinking
into
of
Star
the
Trek
you're
now?
thinking of the Borg, who are the ultimate enemies of the Star Trek universe, who are basically like
Balls.
cybernetic enhanced humans in a hive mind collective.
That's kind of like what Cyborg
All right,
is.
so
True.
so
Kind
the
of.
Rock Man.
The Thing.
His
From
name is the
Fantastic.
Thing.
Yes, his name is. Well, he has an actual name, but his.
So who's the
but,
Fantastic Four? Isn't that the Wolverine in them? Don't they have a four in their movies? You got the Wolverine and the Icy Girl, or is she a Water Girl? I am asking serious. I'm trying
Can I
to
tell her
bond
real
with
quick?
y'all.
no, because
See, somebody answer my question.
all right, the Thing is one of the members of the Fantastic Four. All right.
And it was a Fantastic Four in the Justice League.
No. Fantastic Four is Marvel.
So they're in the Avengers.
Technically.
Kind of, sort of. But, like, according to the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now, no. As it stands right now, no.
All right, so let me get this straight.
But at the
so
time,
there's,
but at the time we're recording this, we have not seen Avengers: Infinity War. So
there's a brotherhood inside the Avengers. That's called a Justice League.
no.
That has a Fantastic Four in it. Okay,
No.
all right. So, all right. No, wait. Sorry, I got that wrong. So there's a
Wow.
Justice League, no, an Avengers, and there's a Fantastic Four, and they're both in Marvel, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do those four like the other ones? How many are in the other ones? Do they not get like a Fantastic 8 or 7 or how many
Okay,
of them's in
The Fantastic
the
Four is a
Avengers?
group. Mama,
Right.
the Fantastic Four is a group.
Are the Avengers not in a group because they're the ones that are avenging people? Are they like the mean good
No!
guys?
They're on a little ship, and all the other Marvels are scattered.
They're on a ship.
He's being snarky.
This is why I have no idea what's going on.
I'm just making you more confused to say more things.
Look, basically, to have even a remote idea of just even the Marvel side, you would have to go all the way back to the beginning and watch Captain America: The First Avenger, just the movie, in order to get caught up to where it is now. Which, if I recall correctly,
That's
is
51
one,
movies.
No, it's not 51. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roughly about 12-ish movies in order to get caught up to where we are now.
Is King Kong a part of one of these groups?
Now you're talking about Godzilla. Now
No,
you're talking
no,
about
but I
King
know
Kong.
the Transformers
now-
are.
now-
I know the Transformers are because they're always in movies like that. That you watch those movies and you only watch movies
Hey,
about
Mama.
comic animes.
Darth Vader is the enemies of them.
No, stop. You're making it worse.
I
All right. If you meant Gorilla Grodd, you would be correct. Gorilla Grodd is part of the DC universe. He is a villain. He is an enemy of the Flash.
Wait, they're DC?
but I thought Flash was DC.
Flash is DC.
So you have enemies in your own camp.
I got the gorilla.
All right. So is the Joker a DC then?
Yes.
Yes,
he's
look,
he's the
yeah.
he's the ultimate arch enemy of Batman.
Yeah, you got him right here.
Oh,
Mama,
Joker was with Superman.
that's DC. This DC
Jo-
poster.
Superman is DC, but Superman doesn't really ever come across the Joker per se.
And this is the Ice Woman you're talking about.
The arch enemy
No,
of
that's not the Ice Woman I'm talking about. There's an Ice Woman
the arch
in
en-
the 4 movie
the
with
ar-
the wolf.
hold
Or
on.
the dude with the fingers, Hugh
Hold
Jackman.
on. Hold on.
Isn't there?
The arch enemy of Superman is Lex Luthor. All right. What you're talking?
Luther, like on Netflix? The detective?
No.
Wait, so is Punisher a Marvel?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you know that?
Okay.
Now you're talking about the Defenders, which is another group within Marvel.
So Marvel has the Defenders,
According to
the
Netflix.
Avengers, the Fantastic Four. Who am I forgetting?
There's two
And the
ice
Justice
people.
League?
No, Justice League is DC.
So who else does DC have? If the other ones
Your
got
mama.
all these groups, why does DC get to be left out?
Because it's too old.
Now, DC got a late jump on the movie, cinematic universe because they had issues with Green Lantern
Okay,
with
so
Ryan
you're-
Reynolds.
You're talking about the wolf?
Hence why Ryan Reynolds made fun of Green Lantern within
Alright, so
the Deadpool
Poison
movie.
Ivy is a DC.
Poison
Yes.
Ivy is DC.
Who's the dude in the front of the poster that looks like he's got
It
a
looks
stick
like
up his butt?
Hitman.
That's Lex Luthor. He's Superman's archenemy. All right, here, just bring me the poster. All right, so everyone, I don't know if you can see it real well. This is the poster that we're talking about. This is the...
That's mine.
Yeah. So this is Katie's. All right, so we're going to just go through this, okay? From what I can
She's
remember.
got juicy boobs.
Okay, so this is Joker. All right, look, this is Joker. This is Cheetah. Lex Luthor. Poison Ivy.
That's the guy that's in
Hold
the
on,
new
hold
movie.
on. Sinestro. He's the leader of the Yellow Lantern Corps.
I'm already lost.
This is Gorilla Grodd.
See, I told you King Kong was
Black,
in one
Black,
of them.
Black Lightning.
Anti-Superman.
All right, here's Deathstroke. That's Bizarro. All right. Solomon Grundy. the Toy
So
Man
the
or
Wizard of Oz is in this too, and you got the Scarecrow.
Oh my God, she's talking about Scarecrow.
No, so was the Wizard of Oz? Was he like one of the original Avengers?
Now I do got a question. Who's that Israel-looking person right there?
Israel.
That guy.
Israel. What about him? Looks like
He's wearing the
Israel.
weird
Oh
thing.
my God.
All right, so
No,
that's,
hold on,
I'm
hold on,
asking
hold on,
legit
hold on.
That's
questions.
Two-Face.
Now look,
That's Two-Face.
that's Ra's al Ghul.
Listen, was the Wizard of Oz the original Avengers?
No! But who's her and that little jelly guy? For real, I've been wanting to know who they are.
Giganta.
All right,
She's like
so,
she's like the 50-foot woman.
Now I know that
So
guy.
which ones are Yuri and Yuki? Like their equivalent in America? I am asking because these have to translate. Like, are they just gonna subtitle all the American ones to Japan, or are they gonna share characters?
Feel free to.
Can somebody answer
I
a
give
question for me?
What you're like, literally, if anyone is watching this, they are laughing themselves into tears right now.
I just want to know.
Hey, Mama.
Listen, all right. Every comic in Japan he watches, all their
Anime.
names or whatever, all their names are Yuri and Yuki. I just want to know if a Yuri and a Yuki, like, if is Yuri a boy?
Yuri.
Yeah, Yuri on Ice.
Yeah. So Yuris are always boys, and the Yukis are girls.
As far
Is
as I
that
can,
like
as
a
far as
status thing?
as far as I can tell so far,
Hey,
yeah.
Mama.
Is that like a status thing?
No,
I got
It's
an
just their
Avenger.
names.
I got an Avenger in my hand. It's
Right,
a
but-
plushie.
all right, but
this is
listen.
an Avenger.
I know that's a manga because he said it was a manga.
Pokemon was originally a manga before it was anything else.
Yeah.
Well, she did get that one.
So
right.
a manga is a Japanese show.
No,
In
a
comics.
manga is a Japanese comic book. However, it is only ever known as manga. They don't call them comics. I'm sure in the Japanese I'm sure in the Japanese language it translates as comics. But Japanese comic books are called mangas. However, they are not called comic books here. They are still called mangas. Comics over here are called comics, like DC and Marvel.
So why don't we get a cool name?
I don't know. We just call them comics. Anyways. But
So are your little gachapons that you like from Japan?
yes.
Are those all comics?
They
or
are
mangas?
neither. Okay. Gachapons are the little
I know they're in like little quarter machines.
yeah,
but
the
do
little
those
the little quarter machines here in
do
America.
those come out of animes?
No, the ones in quarter machines are just
Kind of about
you know
this big.
dime store trinkets.
Kind of like this big.
No, just yeah, roughly. Anyways, a gachapon over in Japan, they take those fairly seriously. They're very well made. They are really high quality. They don't mess around with those because when gachapon makers, like the little peacemakers, they have to license the rights from mangas, from manga companies in order to make them.
All right, so let me get this straight. So Soul Eater is a comic. I mean, not a comic. Like, it is a comic in America.
It's still
But it's
a manga.
not a comic in
It's
Japan.
still a manga in America, but it's a manga that originated in Japan.
So
Hence why they have Japanese.
it's a manga.
Hence why they have Japanese characters written on the pages sometimes, even when it's in English.
How do you figure out what's a manga and what's an anime?
Easy way to figure out what's a manga is it's a book that you start from our perspective from the back and read towards the front.
Like
Okay.
Arabic.
Yeah, basically. And now an anime is a Japanese manga that's been turned into a cartoon.
So you admit that they're cartoons. I keep saying, why are you watching these cartoons?
I used quotation marks as a generic.
It's a cartoon. Look, I tell y'all, he would yell at me if I said he was watching a cartoon when he's watching a Yuki. And they're all Yukis.
That's not
Every
a
one of
cartoon.
them. How do you tell these Yukis
You see-
and Karitos,
You see, from this
Kirito.
Kirito, whatever. I don't know
Sword
how
Art
you tell them
Online.
apart.
All right, at this point, I can already tell that the comment listing for this video has gone like thousand deep.
I liked the Yuki on Ice or Yuri on Ice.
Yuri on Ice.
That one was cute. I liked it.
Yeah, because you like bromance and
No,
anime.
but I liked that one.
We never even finished it.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. There was still one episode left, and you just are like, "Oh, I'm over it."
I thought they touched each other over pork bowls with rice and stuff.
Oh my God! You actually remembered the pork bowl cutlet.
Yeah.
Wow.
I told you I'm
All
trying
right,
to bond.
hold on. All right. So nerd cred point. She just earned one. All right. So congratulations.
You
Oh,
made me
What
watch
about
a
Yuri
whole
on Ice?
tutorial on Welcome to Japan pork cutlet bowls.
Fair enough. Okay.
Wait, that was on Yuri on Ice.
Yeah. All right. So continue.
All right. So
I'm really trying hard not to laugh, and I'm trying to like make her feel better.
I'm just trying to figure this shit out.
Here, Josh.
Is a Dungeons and Dragons a part of your comics?
All right.
Is a Dungeons and Dragons a part of the comics?
All right. Dungeons and Dragons is a standalone role-playing game that's been around since the late 70s, I believe. However, because it is so popular, they have made like written books, like written storybooks for people to read like a normal book. They've also made comic book series out of it.
So who has that? Marvel or DC?
Neither. Wizards of the Coast.
So there's more.
There
There's
are
always more.
there
There's
there
always more. You should see our house. All it is comics and animes and
Board
comics
games.
and animes
You just said comics and anime.
and comics and animes.
Well, luckily I don't have DVDs of them. Well, I do have Tokyo Ghoul, but all the animes that I watch are from Netflix or Hulu or Crunchyroll on my Xbox. So
Who's Crunchyroll? Hulu?
Crunchyroll is the premier anime resource for people who want to watch
Now, do
anime.
they play the American comics on there?
See, totally doesn't get it.
I do
Josh.
get it, and I'm asking. All right, so clearly, animes and mangas are not American. Do they play American comics on Crunchyroll, like Marvel and DC?
Technically, yes, because they did make an anime version of Iron Man that took place in Japan. Technically, that's the only one that I know of for a fact. Now, bear in mind, I did receive a notice on Facebook that they were making a Batman anime, like almost like a samurai movie at one point.
So you're saying they do crossover? So in Japan,
They don't cross DC Marvel universe. They just make possible anime or
right?
movies.
So they would make a comic in Japan off of an American comic, but instead of Batman, it would be Bat Yuri.
Bat urine.
They all gotta have a you get walking to wine day.
What is she talking about?
And I'm not being racist. I've got an Asian baby sitting right there.
Hey, how dare you?
he is part Korean, so
How dare y'all speak
Now
my
in China,
talk?
what do they call your animes?
Your mama?
Do you know? Is it still an anime, or do they have their own brand of cartoon books and movies?
I have no clue.
Why don't you find out? If you are such a fan of all this stuff,
Because
and you're such an otaku, why don't you figure out what otaku means in all these other languages? Because I bet otaku is not still otaku in China.
because
But it's like otaku.
because the only anime or manga that's worth reading or watching is out of Japan. Period.
How do you know if you haven't looked?
Because if anything did
Now
come,
he's just
if
saying
anything,
this because he wants to move to Japan. He likes all things Japan. It doesn't matter what it is. He might fucking hate octopus, but if they say, "Hey, this is a Japanese octopus," he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is the best Japanese octopus I've ever eaten in my entire life." Right?
Now,
Yes.
now I will say this in regards to Chinese stories, and there are a couple that I do like. One that I absolutely love is The Legend of the Monkey King. I love that
Like
one.
King Kong.
No.
And your big monkey in DC.
No.
That monkey's not even big enough to be King Kong.
Nobody's answered any of my questions yet, hardly. I
Yeah,
still
but
don't
never.
know if a Suicide Girl... Alright, not Suicide Girls.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I still don't know if she's a Marvel or a DC.
If she's if they're in Suicide Squad, they're in DC. Suicide Squad, they change, well, I guess, lack of a better word, personnel.
Hey.
Hold on. They change personnel periodically, but generally, the ones that stick around consistently is Harley Quinn and Deadshot.
There's another one.
What?
How many of these fuckers are there?
How many days are in a calendar?
365.
Wow, she got one right.
I made a 4.0 in college. I just don't know what the crap this stuff is.
And yet you have a husband and a
Josh.
son and a future comic anime
He's
manga
only
lover.
5 days old. Let's don't wish that on him.
Hey, Josh. Actually,
She wants one child that she could have something in common
Yeah.
with.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah, like airplanes and catching frogs and doing manly man stuff, like chopping wood and fixing stuff and getting in touch with his inner Mexican like me.
I got a
Not
question.
doing comic books. I want him to be productive.
I do fix stuff. I do chop wood.
You chop wood.
Excuse me.
I don't chuck it, but I chop it. Anyways,
Anyway, I still don't know any of this stuff. I still don't know why Star Wars is Star Wars and why Disney puts out all these other comic book things, but none of the people are related and none of them want to play with each other unless they're in each other's squad. But then half of the ones that are in each other's squad are enemies or they just don't mingle ever anyway. And I'm like, what's the point of having all these squads?
all right. Now, for everyone who may be watching, I would like to refer you back to the episode of The Big Bang Theory where the guys went out and all the girls were sitting around Sheldon and Leonard's living room table, and they had broken out all their comic books and started arguing theory. That's what this is like almost.
I don't know. I need a
Technically.
shower.
Good for
Okay,
you.
well, on that note, and regardless of how much you're confused by this or how much you don't
This
know,
is me trying to make a serious effort to understand my husband
and your son.
Including
and
me.
my son. But my son wasn't this bad off, until here recently. And I feel like you had a lot to do with that.
No, because me and Josh already knew about anime. I love Marvel.
You know what he watches when you're gone? More Yuri's and Yuki's on my Netflix account.
I watch Sword
So
Art
every time it
Online.
comes on, it says recommended for mom because you watched Yuki number 18. And I didn't recommend that for me at all. And I can't remove it from my... Stop freaking annoying me with this stuff.
Guess what? On Hulu, it's
The only
something-
thing I will say is I watched this Japanese show called Erased. I think that was the name of it. Apparently it
Wow.
was based off of a comic or whatever.
Manga.
I'm so confused now. That one was good. It had real life people in it though. I like the storylines. I don't care for the That's what they do. Those girls are so fucking squeaky. They don't make them that squeaky out in California. Like totes, man, but they're not. I saw what's that thing? That's what they do.
Help
All right.
me.
All right. So,
And I have to try to go to sleep to that. I'm having like freaking nightmares and trembling over these high pitched shrills.
all right. On that note, we will leave you for this episode. I hope you
But
have.
more power to you. If you like your Yuris and Yukis and your Batmans and your
We totally need to watch
Avengers,
another one.
y'all enjoy it. I'm not knocking it, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. I don't get it. Just don't get it.
You
So
shouldn't.
so again, on that note, we will leave it for here, and hopefully she will be a little more well versed in the future. I'm really holding out hope for that, but regardless, I still love you.
And we need to watch some more anime for her, so she'll
Yeah.
learn.
I still love you. You're still my Pooh Bear.
Oh my God.
And so, bye.
Peace out.
And that's a peace out. That's not like a up your butt or anything. I'm not trying to be rude.
What?
Well, it depends on where you are.
Bye.